Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. So this is your extended for this morning's reading. If you haven't seen this morning's reading, I would go ahead and check that out before looking at this one, because that's going to make a lot more sense if you do it that way. Let me see here if I can find, I have stuff down here that I need, because I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to use the runes. Runes, R-U-N-E-S, for some of you who don't know. Not ruins as in my life is ruined. I know some of you are going to say, come on, Jane, we know this. But some people don't, okay? When the first time I heard it years ago, I thought, really? They have something that's divination that causes ruination? There's not. So, yeah, take it from me. I've asked the dumb questions and gotten answers. So now I make sure that everybody gets it too. All right, so I'm picking those. I'm putting them on the table. All right, Pisces. So this morning we were talking about following your own way, being your own person, okay? And you're going to be running into energies that may not feel the same way that you do about doing and following the road that you have chosen for yourself, and that's okay. A lot of us live our lives trying to please other people. We really want to send out a love message of, you know, please, I want to please you, especially when it comes to parents or family. We really don't want to disappoint anybody, but at this point, Pisces, I think you just have no choice. At one point, you have to live your own life. This is your life to live. You've come here to live it, and it's up to you to do something about it. You can ask for advice, but it doesn't mean you need to take what people are telling you. So, the bee, what looks like a bee here, okay. All right, so I'm going to put it here. So this rune right here, okay, it fell on the King of Cups. I like this. It's got a sense of renewal to it. That's what it means. It's renewal. Healing. Rebirth. Okay. The card that represented is the Empress. So it's going into your creativity, figuring things out. And I really, really like that for the King of Cups. The King of Cups is actually just weathering the storm and being a source of calm in a sea of turbulence. So right now in the world, you're feeling there's a lot of people are trying to get back to the way things were. You have certain maybe family members or family or friends, or I don't know, there's somebody in your life that wants you to go back to the way things were as well. They want the energies of, you know, life is good when you're a doctor, a lawyer, etc., etc. And, you know, the new ways are not sustainable, which is not really the truth, okay? Because people can make things work for them regardless of what that is. And the one thing that you can be sure of on this planet and on this earth is that there's always been constant change. That is constant. It's not going away. So if you want to be flexible and move forward, you're going to have to, at some point, go with the flow. My generation was a big flexibility range because we went from no internet and nothing and 3 channels on a TV to the wealth of technology that we have now. So we were the people who really had to be flexible in the way things change and adapt as we went. So Pisces is the same kind of sign. As I said, 12th sign of the zodiac. I feel that the 12th sign of zodiac has kind of taken from all the other signs and just is the wise one, okay? There's potential for a lot of wisdom being Pisces. So this is really good. We really in tune with spirit, new things, everything, and that's where we need to be. So this is a rebirth, and it's a rebirth for you, Pisces, to move forward in your life. Okay, the second one I want me to read is this one here, and this one is unexpected luck and good fortune. So they're saying by following this, following your goal, your life, this 7 of Pentacles, which is assessing the situation, you're going to find that, I feel with the 8 of Wands going forward, you're, by not being here but wanting to be there and then going there, you're going to create your own luck. You're going to create your own good fortune. Okay? And that is good. And it's represented by the Wheel of Fortune, this rune right here. Okay? I really like that. I like that. You're creating your own fortune, especially with near the Seven of Pentacles, okay? And I'm not here to create sameness, right? So if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, well, they call that, what is it, the true sign of insanity or something? Yeah. So create something new. Create your own luck, your own good fortune, your own path in life. Okay, the next one is one that looks like the letter M. Let's see here. So this one is harmony, trust, and balance. I like this. Balance, wonderful. I love balance. You have the Six of Pentacles in this reading. This is creating your own sense of what is right for you, Pisces. I like that. The tarot card for it is the Lovers. I love that. Yeah. This is about finding what is good for you. I like it that it's all near the King of Pentacles here. It rings true for you, Pisces. You really do have it made. What I'm getting from Spirit is that because we are the way we are, we have the greatest capacity of change and going with the flow and being flexible. The problem happens with us is when we try to please others, okay? All right, so we have this one that looks like this unfinished R. And it's, the meaning is successful journeys and travels. Again, okay? Again, near the King of Cups. I like that. And you see that the sailboat's on this card. One, she's holding it in her hand, protecting it from the choppy waters. And the other one is, you know, sheltered underneath her skirt in the rock in the opening. So this is what I'm thinking, is that you're really well protected and you have great capacity for change. This rune is represented by the Hierophant. The Hierophant for me is always a card of change, okay? Swapping out the old and bringing in the new, and this is wonderful. This is what you do. And we have our arrow again today from the window. Don't you love it? It was there a couple of days ago. It's back. So this is really point the direction, Pisces, okay? And you follow that direction. You follow your journey, your way of going where you need to go. I'm going to take a daily healing here, Pisces. Just kind of going with whatever today. Whatever falls into my hands, whatever feels good. That's what this reading feels like. Do whatever feels good, whatever feels right, okay? Sometimes we miss the synchronistic signs that come through. We think that's peculiar, and it's not. Respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. I love that. Journeys, we're talking about travels, okay? Honor your cycles. That's what's coming through with that card. We ignore the signs and signals, the arrows pointing in the direction we need to go. We're trying so hard to please other people. Spirit's saying, don't do that. I mean, do it to an extent if you can, and it costs you nothing except giving love and support and encouragement to somebody. But when it comes at a personal cost, because you just want to please somebody, because they want something for you that you may not want for yourself, that's totally different. They're living their lives according to their rules of what they want to do, and that is fine. But when it comes to you, then that changes. You need to be living and running your life the way you want it, okay? Again, Spirit is saying it's not to be a burden to anybody else either, okay? And in specifically, if you're living with somebody and what's that word? Mooching off of them, then you're no longer following your path. You're being a burden to other people. That's what I mean. Okay? But if you're living your life and you're calling the shots and nobody needs to do you a favor, all you're doing is trying to please everybody while you're really upset and you can't find a way, you know, so that it's beneficial to everybody, and then it's not working out for you, you're going to end up with the Judgment card. And that kind of says it all. The Judgment card forces you to look at things, to review what's going on, to change and release what no longer fits. That's the Hierophant energy still coming back in, okay? It's got that similarness to it. Okay, time for judgment. Time to sit and go, okay, what have I been doing and why does this feel bad? Okay, there's that galactic grandmother going to come and hit you with the frying pan upside the head. Hey, smarten up, okay? Stop trying to please everybody. You got to live your own life. Live your own life, Pisces. Okay? All right. So, yeah. This is an out of balance. I feel the Temperance card, you're trying to put balance, but the way you're doing is you're trying to please both sides, okay? With the Victory card, it's, they're telling me the Victory card is victorious, but this is the card of be careful of your ego. And I find that some people, what's coming through with that is that if you're trying to do something, people want to steer you off of it, their ego comes into play here. Things that they know how to do, and they just want you to tell them that they're right. Follow what I tell you. My way is successful, and you're trying to find the balance in this, and it's getting to be very hard. It feels very hard, and Spirit says that until you clear this up, your balance is going to be shifted in a way that's not comfortable. It's going to feel like balance. I was talking about that this morning. It's going to feel like it's good, but it's really not. You're going to go to work and you're saying, I have a guarantee of a job, I'm getting a job, and then something happens to throw you out of balance and you're left with nothing. And literally nothing, because you didn't even like the job. Okay? You had the job because you figured it would give you stability and a guaranteed income or something. And I'm using job stability as an example here, because most of the time we equate the job with what we want to do for a living. And for a long time, those things could not meet in the middle. Okay? You had to have a job. You couldn't be like a painter or artist and make any money at it, because not everybody was going to be a millionaire painter. And then you do it in fairs and stuff, and that was, it just got you so far. Even if you were the best artist in the world, the chances of you being discovered and having it sustain you was questionable. Okay, you had to have the coffee shop job or the retail job or the other job to keep you sustained while you did something else, and then you couldn't do it full time. Today, with the internet and the way people can be promoting themselves and build, and other people can help them build. Okay, it's like a network. It's like a web. It is really a web, a spider web of a little bit touching everybody. So not everybody means to be making millions, but it can become a lot more sustainable now than it did before. The little bit that they bring in can replace the little job that they had, okay? And at the same time, they're doing something that they really want to. So this is what I'm talking about. It all depends what you need to live. If you make it so that you can be sustainable with not as much and be content and happy. They're talking here about a wheel of contentment too. A lot of the time we do things in our lives. I'll give you the wheel that I was stuck on. I hated a job, I made money. So what I did with that money is I'd go shopping all weekend, trying to fill a hole in a void that I could not fill. And the wheel kept spinning, because the more I spent, the more I put on credit. And then I had debt. And then that debt would get higher. Then I'd have to go back to the job I hated to make more money so that I could escape my boring job on the weekends and spend. Do you understand? You see, if you just do what you love and do it with all of your heart, it fulfills you and fills also a hole inside of yourself. You're not looking for an escape when you're done doing what fulfills you, because you're doing what fulfills you. So you break a pattern and break this cycle, okay? Respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. Do you understand? Okay, so I think I've explained that a lot better. So it's important. It affects you a lot more than you know when you think you have stability in something that you don't necessarily like, but you fool yourself into thinking that everything is okay and everything is balanced when it really isn't. So this requires a huge amount of growth on your part with the King of Pentacles, okay? But the King of Pentacles, when he does the right move, pays off big time, okay? What I'm getting from Spirit is it might pay off more than you even realize, of following your inner guidance, your inner cycle, your true path to fulfillment might pay off. You might be expecting, you know, oh, I expect, you know, $1,000 a month doing what I'm doing, and then you end up with 2 or 3, which is, you're still not a millionaire, but it's a lot more than you expected, and it will open up your eyes to the different possibilities that there are out there, Pisces, okay? And then you live in your means, and you don't need as much because you're not spending willy-nilly, okay? So I'm still going with this same example, but you need to fix the problem as well, okay? So if you need to start small, you need to save up money so that you can attempt whatever. That would be my first step if you're looking for career change, okay? But it's, regardless of what you do, it's all going to culminate at one point. Because you can't keep the pattern that you're doing without searching out healing or fulfilling a cycle, or you are deemed to repeat it endlessly until you get it. This is what I get from this card, okay? The Tower, it's going to crumble in your hands regardless of what you do. It's going to fall apart. It's going to just completely disintegrate around you. And you think that you still have stability, but there'll be nothing left except for what you're holding in your hands, and that won't be usable for anybody. So Galactic Grandmother is telling you, okay, you may think you have the pieces all in place, but these are only strings holding these chess pieces there. It's all going to come to a head at one point. Do find your way to your fulfillment and your alignment, so that you can move forward in your life in a fulfilling way, okay? Not to be miserable. Find the sun. It's as easy as that. What do you need to look for? You need to find what fulfills you, what gives you calm in a sea of shit. That's about as blunt as I can put it, okay? You know, cut the strings. Cut the strings attached to the things that you believe bring you security, okay? Is it an illusion? When I decided to start doing this and attempt this, it was a big step for me. I saved up quite a bit so that the bills were paid for about 6 months, so that I could take my time and do this. And I'm very lucky that I was able to do this. And I'm not making a ton, but I'm making enough, okay? So that every month that goes by, I get to do this for another month. And I take it as it comes. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I send it out to the universe. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending me the signs. Thank you for making me so uncomfortable that I had to move, that I had no choice, that it was a question of survival, that it motivated me to save so that I could try this, so that I could do this, knowing that that was my life path. Okay, even though it felt very risky. I always tell people, if you don't know me, I had the soul of an accountant. Okay, I would have never, card reader, channeler, would have never been in. 10 years ago, you would have said, I was very spiritual, always. But if you had told me, go ahead and do this to become this type of person, I would have said, no way. No way to sustain me in my everyday life. I would not have followed this. All right, so you have the Wheel of Fortune here. And lo and behold, which rune was the Wheel of Fortune? Let me see. Let me check. What was? It was right here, yes. And I moved it. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And even the runes are giving me double runes, okay? This is the cycle. Again, they have cycle here, cycle here, cycle here. Everything is about a cycle of fortune. The less resistance you create in going on your path, the faster you will get there, okay, with the Eight of Wands. You're going to propel yourself forward. And again, the Strength card. Okay, I talked about this morning. I mentioned the word strength. I was talking about finding the strength to move forward beyond what people believe that you should be doing or should be thinking. You need to step into your own power here, Pisces. You need to believe in where you want to go and what you need to do. That's just the way it is at this point. You have to move in that direction for it to become sustainable, and you need to try it. You need to have the leap of faith. If you really, truly believe that what you're doing, I trust in you that you've taken the time to figure out the logistics of things, whatever that may be, whether it's relationship, career, money, whatever it is that you're shooting for. You have taken long hours and time to figure out what needs to be done. Now it's time for you to do it, regardless of what other people tell you. Now, if Spirit is coming in and saying if they have advice to offer you, constructive advice, please do not confuse that with criticism or a judgment on their part to you. Some people will come in with some really great ideas on how to propel you forward and use them as a sign of the universe wanting you to go forward, okay? They're shining light on something you may not have thought of, and some of them just come in as encouragement that you should be doing it. The funny part is when I left my accountant type job, every supervisor that I talked to in the company was completely blown away and 100% like totally into what I told them I was doing. I was telling them to shock them and instead got support and encouragement from them. Some people might say it's because they wanted you to leave, but they didn't. It was going to cause them a major inconvenience for me to leave. But even at that, they were very, very like, wow, that's what an incredible thing to be doing, Jane. And it surprised the heck out of me. I took that as a sign from Spirit telling me, yes, Jane, you are absolutely on the right path in your life. And so far, I do feel that is resonating really, truly inside of me. So this was a little rah-rah. They wanted me to share my experience with you to show you that even though I thought it was impossible, it was very possible. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't let people talk you out of things before you've actually given it a chance. I'm sending you lots of love and light, Pisces, and I will see you tomorrow. I may have a helper here tomorrow, so wait for that. I'm going to have a different helper tomorrow. I asked him and he did say yes, so we're going to try real hard for that. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings, and I will see you later, Pisces. Take care.